Alright guys, what's up? Welcome to VHP Engines. I guess this is going to be a three-part thing. I know there's a lot of time in between these uploads here in these segments, but you know, I shoot them in real time, you know, as I'm doing it, I'm filming it. So anyway, I put the prop valve on, kind of started flaring up some fittings and mocking up the lines. And this is kind of like theoretical here because all the diagrams I'm seeing are for the both fittings on this side of the slave, or not the slave, but the master cylinder. So I was kind of, you know, trying to follow where they go from here to here, and this is different, but I guess it's still the same order, like front and back. And anyway, I just kind of mocked up the lines, the front one to the bottom one here, and around to the back one. And of course the rear ones you don't have to really guess on it because it's just they line up exactly where they were to begin with. Alright, as far as the prop valve itself, you see the bracket here doesn't quite line up. I only put one stud on, but I think one stud will be more than enough. I'll tighten it up real good, and then of course the lines themselves will help keep it balanced in place. But I mean, you can see it's not really going anywhere. It's not like there's going to be any load pressure on it. Alright, so then there's this shit down here with the heater core that I didn't finish taking off yet. I went ahead and unscrewed the bolt, so I need to get some clippers and clip that off here and then pull this one off here. If I really want to do everything really nice and clean, I would be shaving off all these studs and shit that I'm not going to be using from now on. And I'd probably be trying to do a better bendy line to get it lined up along the firewall or whatnot, but we're not worried about prettiness in this. We're just worried about getting the goddamn car back running. Yeah. So this stuff's pretty pliable. It's kind of hard to bend in sharp angles without putting in, I guess, something like a vise or whatnot. But I don't want to risk breaking the line and have to redo this shit again. So I'm just giving it a general bend just to make sure it's not hitting anything when I go to put the swap in. And okay, I still got plenty of line here, and this is what I've done, measured out, kind of like to run to the wheel well. This is more than enough, as you can see here. It's well past where it is. I'm leaving plenty enough room so that way when I run it down through there, I can cut off the excess and have plenty left over. So I'm just going to cut the same size for both the lines running to the wheel well here. Yeah, so the ABS is almost deleted. Now here I ran into like a little bit of an issue. I thought I was missing some fittings. I thought I misplaced some, but I don't think that's the case because, you know, I put the two fittings here, the ones that are extra, because the old prop valve only had one and one and one and one, because all the other shit was running to the ABS module and whatnot. So I forgot to snag off of a couple extra fittings, which I was gonna do, but I got impatient when I was moving and I just threw the whole ABS module in the trash and didn't take any more fittings off. So because of that, I'm gonna have to go to the junkyard and fish some out from there. But it's cool, don't mind doing that. Junkyard's literally right down the street. So yeah, that's the only thing gonna stop me from actually completing as well. That, and I don't have my jack here, and I need to jack up the car to actually finish replacing the brake lines and the wheel well. But good thing is like I've been saying, like I just needed to get this mocked up and these lines in place here in the engine bay, so that way I can put the engine in and it won't be in the way anymore. So honestly, what I'm gonna do, the rest of the shit I'm gonna do today is, because I don't have these two fittings for this, for the master cylinder, I'm just gonna run the brake lines, the two big lines from here to the wheel well. And once I get those flared and do that, then that's it for the day. And then honestly, I think it's, well, nah, I can't. Well, I guess I could put it in there, put it in place. I just gotta unscrew the brake lines, and that'll be relatively easy to do. And even with the swap in place, I think it won't be too much of a struggle because it'll already be loose because it's been recently off. So it won't be like, even though the intake manifold is going to be in the way and shit, it won't be a struggle because I'm going to need to flare these once I get the fittings, or flare these ends once I get the fittings and shit. Anyway, yeah, I guess I could do another video segment here on the flaring itself, but you know, I don't know. I may be lazy. Once again, guys, I don't really have a computer set up, so the editing shit isn't the easiest thing for me right now. But the thing is, I think you get a general idea of how this process goes. It's actually pretty straightforward and pretty easy. You just got to get yourself over the intimidation factor of cutting out a lot of these brake lines. It's what I'm doing right here is really simple, and using all the fittings from the car itself without changing the master cylinder or whatnot. All we're doing is removing the ABS, changing the prop valve. The rest of everything else just comes from off the car. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. Peace.